What if I told you 2 AI breakthroughs just dropped, and they're quietly rewriting the rules of this entire game? Like, not cool update level. I'm talking paradigm shifting. Sit down for a second and realize the future is changing right now level. Today, we're breaking down DeepSeek's shocking new math model and Tencent's insanely powerful tiny OCR system. And trust me, you haven't seen anything like this. But before we dive in, stay with me, because what you're about to hear might shift the way you think about AI models forever. So let's get into it. DeepSeek Math V2 literally showed up out of nowhere. No hype, no marketing, no teaser campaign, just a quiet drop on Hugging Face. But the moment researchers started running benchmarks, the AI world basically froze. Because this model isn't just good at math, it performs at International Math Olympiad gold medalist level. And in some cases, even better. That alone would already be crazy, right? But here's the twist. Math V2 isn't powerful because it gets more answers right. It's powerful because it thinks like a real mathematician. Here's the thing nobody tells you about math. The final answer isn't what counts. Real mathematics is all about proofs, the logic, the structure, the rigor, the steps that lead to the answer. Most AI math models only focus on did you get the answer right, and you can brute force your way into a correct number while understanding absolutely nothing. DeepSeek saw that ceiling. They realized accuracy-only models collapse the moment they're asked for a rigorous proof, so they built something totally new. A self-verifying reasoning system based on a 3-layer student gives teacher gives supervisor ecosystem. Let me break it down in the simplest way. First, they built the examiner, a dedicated proof verification expert. It reads the entire proof like an Olympiad grader, gives comments, points out missing steps, and scores everything on a 0 to 1 scale with full explanations. Not binary, not vague, real instructor-level feedback. Then they realized the teacher itself can be wrong sometimes, so they created a second model, the supervisor. This one doesn't check the proof. It checks whether the teacher's comments make sense. This single step massively reduces hallucinations. It's basically cross-checking AI with more AI. Then comes the student, the actual generator model. It solves the problem, writes a proof, and then here's the genius part. It must grade itself immediately after. If it admits its own mistakes, it gets rewarded. If it tries to bluff, it gets punished. In short, honesty becomes the reward function. This creates a closed-loop evolution system that doesn't require thousands of human mathematicians to grade proofs. The student makes attempts, the teacher grades them, the supervisor verifies the grading logic, and the system keeps improving itself automatically. Every loop creates harder examples, smarter feedback, and better reasoning. And the results? Honestly insane. On IMO Proof Bench, one of the harshest proof datasets ever created, Math V2 scores nearly 99% on the standard benchmark. On the advanced version, it sits at IMO gold medalist level, basically tying with Google's Gemini Deep. On the 2024 Putnam test simulation, a brutal exam even top students struggle with, it scores 118 120ths, which is practically perfection. But the real headline is this: DeepSeek has proven that AI can verify its own reasoning, not just generate answers, not just chain of thought, actually verify logic, structure, and rigor. You know what that means, right? This is how we move from chatbots to actual problem-solving intelligence. But let's shift gears, because while DeepSeek was breaking math, Tencent was quietly breaking the entire OCR world. Tencent released Hunyuan OCR, a 1 billion parameter specialized OCR model, and somehow this tiny model is crushing vision language giants 5 and 6 times its size. It's outperforming models like QuenVL, Gemini 2.5 Pro, and other multimodal heavyweights on OCR-centric tasks. How is that even possible? Well, here's why Hunyuan OCR is a monster. Instead of using a messy multi-step pipeline, detect gives crop, gives recognize, gives rebuild layout, Tencent built a single end-to-end model capable of everything in one shot. You feed it an image and it handles text detection, text recognition, layout, parsing table, understanding, multilingual document, translation form, extraction, video, subtitle, reading, all in one forward pass. No external tools, no brittle pipeline steps. Its visual encoder is based on Siglif V2, but optimized to keep the original image resolution and aspect ratio. That means instead of squeezing everything into a square crop, which destroys structure, The model respects the geometry of receipts, PDFs, tables, long documents, screenshots, everything. The adaptive connector compresses the visual tokens efficiently while preserving detail, so the language model doesn't get overloaded with garbage tokens. The real magic, though, is in its exteroper positional encoding. Most models see text as a linear sequence. Hunyuan OCR sees it in 4 dimensions: X position, Y position, text order, time for videos. That's why it can read multi-column PDFs, follow cross-page flows, track subtitles, frame by frame, and parse dense tables without breaking. Training was brutal. Massive synthetic OCR data, multilingual corpora, long context documents, up to 32K tokens, and reinforcement learning with strict verifiable reward signals. If the model outputs broken formatting or wrong structure, it gets 0 reward. The benchmarks show the result: 94.1 on Omni, over 85 on Wild, 91 on DOCML across 14 languages, 860 on OCR, beating other small models and nearly matching giant VLMs. First place in iStar 2025 for English gives. Chinese translation. From a 1B model, 1 billion, that's tiny by today's standards. And this raises one big question. Are small, specialized expert models the future? Or will giant All-in-one multimodal systems eventually dominate everything? DeepSeek Math V2 proves small models can match or beat large models in reasoning if trained right. Hunyuan OCR proves small, expert systems can outperform general vision giants on real-world tasks. So what do you think wins long-term? Ultra-specialized expert A is, or massive everything models trying to do it all? Drop your take in the comments. I read every single one. And if you love staying ahead in the AI world, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next insanely fast update. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.